It's Friday. Yeah, we're just swatting up here on notes. There's a good book here. It's the Guide to Selling Premium Irish Whiskey. Yeah, so we just thought we'd sort of swat up on that, and we're being led along the road by Mr. Jar Garland. I mean, who else but Mr. Middleton himself? So yeah, that's it's very
swatting up in our notes.
Yeah. Anyhow, so Friday, it's go day. We're nearly there, lads. I don't know if you can see, we've actually had to do some structural changes in this room. It is just, Sinead, come along. It is just massive. I mean, this auction is massive. Anybody who wants to witness the growth in Irish whiskey, stand in this room. The range and variance of bottles is just absolutely amazing. It is amazing, and thank you is all we can say. Thank you to each and every one of you that give us the bottles every month, each and every one of you buyers that bid every month. It is a sight to behold. It really, really is. It also gives us the platform to do our charity auctions every month, and we're delighted to continue doing it. Thank you to everybody that supports it. Thank you to everybody that donates to the charity items, and then ultimately thank you to the charities for
what they do.
What to do, exactly. I mean, that's why we do what we do. Just on two things on that. So there is a call out for bottles for our December auction, or it may become a dedicated charity auction. We don't quite sure on the numbers. The Alice Cancer Fund one, little girl, she's trying to raise 500,000. They're nearly there. They're nearly over the threshold for some pioneering treatments for her to help her recover, hopefully. So we are looking for donations for that. If you are interested in donating a bottle, reach out to us. We'll help. And there are a few other brands who have been in contact with us. Come at us, lads. We're more than happy to do the charity stuff.
And I've had a couple of people say to me the other night as well that they're going to throw bottles down.
Yeah, cool. Please do. This month's charity auction is a continuation of sort of half of its continuation of last month.
Yes.
And then we've a new charity as well. The Newbridge Lions Club. So last month it was 4,400. I think they got 4,600 that they got in total. It went to them. Very worthy cause this time of year. The Lions Club, I know through every region that they cover, they do great work around Christmas, supporting families that need it most. All the volunteers that are there with the Lions Club, good on you, lads. We applaud you, and look, if we can support you, we will. So on that, there is a clatter of bottles. Two of the special ones are the Sazerac 18-year-old and the Eagle Rare 17-year-old. They are the summer 2021 antique collection from the Sazerac brand, and each one of them are in this month's auction. They should do well. They should really do well. They also received a 2002 Middleton Very Rare. I think that's a fantastic bottle. Again, that should do some good funds for them as well. On the bottom we have a Dingle, a bottle of the 5th pot still, a Red Spot 15-year-old, a bottle of Nika Days. It's the first time I've actually seen one of those. I haven't seen one of those before. Nika whiskey. Redbreast 12. Glasnevin is a new brand hitting the shelves in Ireland. It's a guy who has made Ireland his home for many years, and he's now decided to put his money where his mouth is and has started a whiskey brand called it Glasnevin. That's the area within he lives. It's been good to him, so he wants to spread the word of Glasnevin. I think it's a good name to have on the front of a bottle. I mean, Glasnevin itself is world famous with the cemetery there and the rest. He's sourcing the whiskey, obviously, and has done 2 releases so far. So fair dues to him for that. And then on the end we have a bottle of Jack Ryan 11-year-old. So Jack Ryan is a fairly famous pub in I think it's called Beggar's Bush there in Dublin, or Haddington Road in Dublin. So it's a great bottle to have as well. And then up top, Sinead, there's a bottle of cask strength from the Rider's Tears. This is one of the ones that I've been harping on about a while, and the proof has been that the 2011 bottle went for over €2,000 on its own. The 2021 release has only 4,500 bottles, whereas the 2021 release of Middleton Very Rare has... Who knows? It's definitely not in the book that's on the ground.
Nope.
They won't tell us. Beside that, we have 3 bottles of the Jackpot.
Woohoo!
The Jackpot is started off at Whiskey Live Dublin 2022. Couple of guys, Omer and Paul, and guys that are in this whiskey group, I suppose we call ourselves. They call it the network now, but it has gone on to various other names. Some of them I'm not allowed to repeat in public because some of our American friends
Might be offended.
but it may start with C
And end with a T.
and end with a T and an S on the end of it. But let's not go there, because most of them are those
Yeah.
bold words. But they tasted this with Louise on the JJ Corry stand at Whiskey Live, and they just said, look, that is something special. We'd love to do something with that. Louise was sort of hemming and hawing, and they persuaded her, begged her, cajoled her, bit of bribery. Not quite sure how it happened.
It was bribery.
Well, it
Just
might
a
have been
whole load of
bribery.
begging and
Well,
groveling.
yeah. And the lads that were doing it, I mean, Omer and all them, they'd be, grade A beggars and for people. Not as good as me, obviously, because,
No.
well, maybe they're better because they get bottles sent to them all the time and T-shirts and stuff. If anybody's listening, to excel. But they sort of got her to bottle this for them. In fairness to the lads, it's all for charity. Even the other bottles that are available, any of the profits is going to charity. But these first 3 bottles, the complete sale of them is going to charity. They're going to Bumbulance. Again,
Love that
unfortunately, we know what Bumbulance is.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it exists. Or fortunately, it exists.
A bit of both.
A bit of both.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it needs to exist.
Yeah.
It is a huge, well-deserving charity, lads. If you want to do any homework, look into it. If you ever want to raise funds from a more worthy cause, you will not find. But they help children, usually when it's terminal, usually when it's the final ride home. It's just to make journey.
But they also, I love this charity.
I think it's a great charity.
They have these ambulances dotted all around the country.
Yep.
And they take children to hospital appointments for free.
Yep.
For parents. So, like, if you're living over the other side of the country and you have to get your child to a hospital appointment in Dublin, like, how do you do it? It's going to cost you a fortune, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
They come and they take your child to the appointment and take your child home. And the ambulances are
But
brilliant.
they're usually
because-
fairly serious hospital appointments,
Yeah.
as in not
Yeah.
nice ones.
But they have to be done.
Oh, absolutely.
And they have
Absolutely.
Xboxes in
Yeah.
the ambulances,
Yeah.
and they have them all done up like sensory ambulances for your kids who have sensory issues. And like, they're amazing.
Yeah.
I could go on forever
Yeah,
about them. I'm
really,
sorry.
really, and we should,
Yeah.
and we should be shouting it from the rooftops. I don't think they get much support from the state. Again, I mean, I suppose the state is stretched trying to provide for everything else. So anything that anybody can do to raise funds for them, do it, lads.
Yeah. Cool.
But anyhow, back to the whiskey part and the network. I nearly said the word, had to stop myself. That brought about this. It's a 6-year-old single malt aged in first fill bourbons. It actually this came as new make distillate straight to Coraclare. So it went straight to Louise. They bonded it in their warehouses down there. Warehouses might be a generous term. They're space that they hold barrels. And then they finished it in Palo Cortado. And again, Palo Cortado. Woo! Cracking whiskey, cracking colour.
Aye, the colour's lovely.
For only a 6-year-old whiskey, I think it's just fantastic. I think really it is fantastic. On the back of it, there is the story of how it came to be. Omer's logo there from That's Ram Good, and obviously Louise's logo there as well. And you can see it says in it, all profits from the whiskey will go to the Bumbulance charity. But in this case, all the full proceeds of the 3 bottles. It's not just the profits from selling the bottles, because obviously the bottles, Louise does have to be paid for the whiskey, because they did sort of cajole her and bribe her, and I don't think there was any blackmail. I think that's a bit frowned upon. You're not allowed to do that.
There wasn't blackmail.
No. But that's for that charity. So look, there's loads happening this month. There's loads of bottles in this month. It's the last chance to buy a bottle through our auction platform before Christmas. We'll have all the deliveries out before Christmas. So if there is something there that you want for as a gift for yourself, or you're hinting that your partner to buy you something, tell them you'll buy it, they give you the monies, or get them to buy it, or whatever however you work it, it's the last chance before Christmas. Deliveries will be out after the auction ends. You also get entered into any buyers and sellers in this month's auction get entered into our what we're calling our pub draw, and they still haven't convinced me to release some of the hounds on Anthony's whiskey collection as to what's going to be the prizes. I know I'm going to have to. I don't want to. I begrudge it, and I begrudge it, and I begrudge it.
You're going to have to.
I know.
And then we have to do one for the actual pub.
So we
have to raid your stash again.
Mr. Generosity is my middle name.
Who's that?
So it is the last chance. So any bidders and any buyers and sellers in this month's auction get entered into the free draw. What'll happen is we'll take your email address, we'll drop it into a spreadsheet, you'll get a number allocated to it, and it goes in. And the same for anybody who was in last month's as well. So you have a good chance to get it. That's it.
Yeah, I think so.
Where do we start? I mean, look, where do we end?
Yeah.
There's everything. I mean, there's a full set of Grinsel's Wood in this month's auction. There's nearly every single cask from Redbreast in it. There's Waterford. There's Dingles. There's
Teelings.
Jammies, there's
Colognes.
everything. 2 stacks. This month is an absolute smorgasbord of whiskey.
Oh, it's like it is. There's loads.
It's fantastic. Loads of Scotch, old bottles of Scotch. Balvenie 21-year-old just sitting up there on the shelf, looking at me saying, come on and drink me.
You're not allowed because it's in the auction.
You know the temptation, lads, come in here and I could just go, oh, the trouble I could get myself into in here. But it is fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a pleasure to behold, and it's a pleasure to see, and I'm delighted. Irish Whiskey Society, I think there's 9 or 10 bottles of that in this one. 9 is it? You said, Sinead?
No.
9 in this one.
And there's loads of the Caden heads.
Caden heads. There's loads of Caden heads. It's everything. Dream casks.
I think we've every one of the dream casks. Thank you.
And just while I do have the platform to say it, round of applause to the staff. I mean, the lads have been working late nights. It has been phenomenal effort. It really has been to pull this off. Niall, as usual, gets in and gets stuck in his side. We had Rebecca, we have Gerard, we have Sinead, we have Olivia, Robert.
Everybody just...
Even I done a bit of work this week. Like,
You
I mean,
did?
it's it's
fabulous.
unheard of. Yeah, exactly. Right, that's it. Auction goes live at 5.
Yes.
Be there or be square.
You've always wanted to say that, didn't you?
I always wanted to say that. I should have been a DJ.
No,
There
you
you go.
shouldn't have.
That's it. Talk to you soon, lads. Good luck.
Bye.
Bye.